Just in, Princess Leonor's fairytale Denmark wedding stuns Europe. It was supposed to be just another royal gathering. Another formal event with polished smiles, glittering tiaras, and whispered gossip. But no one expected this. No one saw it coming. Princess Leonor of Spain, Spain's future queen, has just done the unthinkable. A royal wedding in Denmark that has changed everything. The fairy tale that stunned Europe and left even the royals speechless. How did this happen? How did the shy princess, once known for her quiet grace, turn into the woman who captured the heart of Denmark and redefined royal destiny? This is not just a story of love. It's a story of courage, rebellion, and the moment Europe realized history was being rewritten. The news broke early morning, shaking both Madrid and Copenhagen. The headlines called it the royal earthquake. Princess Leonor, the future Queen of Spain, had married Prince Christian of Denmark in a private, breathtaking ceremony that was kept secret until hours before it began. The world thought they were too young, too bound by duty, too separated by royal politics. But love had other plans. The ceremony was held in Denmark's Frederiksberg Palace, a place rich in royal legacy, surrounded by candlelight and soft snow falling outside its ancient windows. Inside, the scent of white roses filled the air, Leonor's favorite. Queen Letizia stood beside her daughter, her eyes glistening with pride and something deeper, a mother's bittersweet recognition that her little girl had stepped into destiny. King Felipe looked torn between two worlds, the father who adored his daughter, and the monarch who knew this union would ripple through Europe's political alliances. The Spanish court was divided. Some whispered of a scandal. Others, of a fairy tale reborn. As Leonor walked down the aisle, the hall fell silent. Her gown shimmered in the soft light, a breathtaking creation combining Spanish tradition with Danish simplicity. Hand-embroidered silk, a family heirloom tiara, and a veil woven from threads of history. Every step she took echoed with meaning, each one toward a new era for Spain and Denmark alike. But here's what stunned everyone most. This was not an arranged marriage. It wasn't political convenience. It was real. A love that grew quietly, against royal expectations, and far from the cameras. Sources close to the palace reveal that Leonor and Christian's bond began during her studies abroad, when they met at a private royal event in Oslo 2 years ago. They spoke for hours about duty, about freedom, about what it meant to live a life chosen for you. And from that moment, something powerful began to grow. Still, behind the beauty of the ceremony was tension. Royal families across Europe had gathered, each one watching closely, each one aware that this wedding wasn't just romantic, it was symbolic. Spain's crown princess uniting with Denmark's future king could change everything about Europe's royal alliances. A new generation was stepping forward, one not defined by the old ways but by love and unity. The British royal family watched in fascination. Queen Mary of Denmark was seen shedding tears during the vows, while Princess Isabella smiled knowingly. After all, she had seen the love between her brother and Leonor blossom long before the public did. Even Queen Letizia, known for her composed demeanor, could not hide her emotion as Leonor turned to her parents after saying, "I do." Then came the moment that no one will forget. As the ceremony ended, the newlyweds stepped out into the Danish courtyard. Snowflakes danced around them. Cameras flashed. Europe gasped. It was a scene straight from a fairy tale, but more than that, it was a declaration. This was not just a royal union. It was a message to every traditionalist who believed duty should come before love. Leonor and Christian had chosen both. But as Europe celebrated, questions began to rise. What does this mean for Spain's monarchy? Will Leonor now divide her duties between two thrones? How will Denmark and Spain balance this powerful union? Behind the glamour, the politics are intense. Insiders whisper that both royal courts are already negotiating the future roles of the young couple. Some fear it could blur the boundaries between two powerful monarchies. Others believe it could create a new golden age of European unity. What cannot be denied is the emotional power of this story. Leonor's decision to marry for love reflects the heart of a new generation of royals, one that values authenticity over protocol, connection over convenience. It mirrors the path of her mother, Queen Letizia, who also broke royal expectations to follow her heart. And yet, Leonor has gone even further, taking her vows not just for herself, but for a vision of a modern monarchy built on human emotion, not ancient rules. In the reception hall, golden chandeliers glowed over 1,000 guests. Classical music filled the air, and laughter echoed through the palace. But the most unforgettable scene was Leonor and Christian's first dance, a waltz that captured the purest essence of love and destiny. Onlookers described it as electric. Their eyes locked, their movements effortless. In that moment, Europe saw something it hadn't seen in years, two future monarchs in love, not for power, but for purpose. Throughout the night, messages of congratulations poured in from across Europe. King Charles III reportedly sent a private letter praising their courage, while Crown Princess Victoria of Sweden called it a defining moment for the future of monarchy. Even the media, known for its harsh scrutiny, seemed collectively stunned into admiration. "A love that makes history," one headline read. Still, not everyone is celebrating. Some members of the Spanish establishment fear that this could cause instability or controversy back home. There are whispers that Leonor's bold move caught some palace officials off guard, igniting quiet debates about constitutional implications. Could the future Queen of Spain also become Queen of Denmark one day? Could two monarchies, centuries apart in tradition, merge through love? As speculation grows, one thing is clear: Princess Leonor's Denmark wedding has redefined royal expectations. She has become a symbol of courage, independence, and modern femininity. The young princess, once shielded from public emotion, is now a queen in the making who leads with her heart. And while the world debates the politics, the people, those who watched her grow up, see something more profound. They see a young woman stepping into her destiny, choosing love without fear, and proving that true power lies not in crowns or titles but in authenticity. As dawn broke over Copenhagen, the palace bells rang across the city. Crowds gathered outside, waving Spanish and Danish flags side by side. Children shouted her name. For a moment, Europe was united, not by treaties, not by politics, but by a story. A story of love powerful enough to bridge nations. Princess Leonor's fairytale wedding wasn't just an event, it was a message. To every young woman told that duty must come before dreams. To every royal who fears breaking tradition. To every heart that dares to believe in love, even when the world says no. And so, as the sun rose over the icy Danish sky, Leonor and Christian began their first morning as husband and wife. Not as monarchs defined by their crowns, but as two souls who chose each other. A new chapter begins, not only for Spain and Denmark, but for all of Europe. Watching. Because sometimes, history doesn't change in parliaments or palaces. It changes in moments like this. When love walks down the aisle, and the world stops to witness. Princess Leonor's fairytale Denmark wedding has stunned Europe, yes. But more than that, it has awakened something timeless. A reminder that even in the world of crowns and duty, the heart still reigns supreme.